Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. Now it's finally here, my 1,000 subscriber special Q&A on the Duck series. I will be answering your questions that have been asked over time. Throughout this whole time I've been doing the Duck series. Some questions have been asked way more than others, and by the different people or same people in particular. Who knows, but I will be answering all your questions here today. So yes, it's finally here. This is just, I've been waiting for a month, so some of these questions are a bit outdated and have sort of already been answered, but I still will answer them in this video. So yes, let's get right into the Q&A. So the first question we have on the list is, I'm really intrigued why the ducks have turned bad. We've already had that answered in episode 17, so that's a bit outdated, and where their technology comes from. So their technology, where it comes from, they've basically taken over the world. So they would have raided all top secret bases, top secret military bases. So that's pretty much where they get their technology from. And yeah. Now, what's next? And why one of the original ducks with the face on it? So that duck with the face on it was the first ever duck I ever made back in 2021. I was basically just found this duck design on a book I had and just decided to make a duck and then make it realistic by drawing like a face and feathers on it and stuff. And then I got the idea to make a duck's animation and then put that duck in the first episode, then never used it again. So now that duck's like the first duck and it's starting to appear in some of the more recent episodes. And Wyatt hangs out with that man and seems to be like a double agent. So that man you might recognise him from the first Ducks episode. Yes, he's the same guy. He's been in some other animations, and he's just starting to appear in the Duck series as another character. He's not gonna actually come back or like get his story revealed for a long time, so he's probably not the most important character right now. It's probably not what we should be too worried about right now, but yes, that is a good question. He also said, why are some ducks different colours? Does it have a meaning? Like the grey duck, for example. And yes, the grey duck was just on screen. So the ducks with special colours, like this doesn't include red ducks and blue ducks since they're workers. And this obviously doesn't include white ducks with yellow beaks because they're just normal ducks. But ducks with unique colours, like the grey duck or the elite duck, for example, they're all higher ranking ducks, or they've got something special, like they've got a special role. If a duck has a different colour that no other duck has, then it has a special role in the series. Not counting blue ducks and red ducks, of course. So yes, that is a question. Not many people have actually asked that, to be honest. But I would have thought more people would ask that one. But yes. And then final questions. I'm also wondering if Bounce Duck will make a return. And yes, he technically already has made a return in episode 18, but we haven't actually seen his upgrades. We haven't seen his full form yet. And so that question's a bit outdated. But yes, the Bounce Duck is obviously going to return. We probably all know that he's going to return next episode, episode 20. It's going to be a premiere. You all know it's coming. He's going to return. So yes, now Silver Duck has also posted basically a mix-up of all the most commonly asked questions by people throughout the time that I can't go to every video, look at the comments, look for those questions. Silver Duck's found them all and basically put them in one. And these are basically all questions people have asked me. These are the most commonly asked questions. And the first question is the ducks inspired by Screedy Toilet? And this has been asked by so many people because the ducks is, let's just make this clear, it is similar to Screedy Toilet. You can already tell that it is very similar to Screedy Toilet, especially the Rocket Duck, which lots of people thought the Rocket Duck was meant to be like a copy of the glitch Screedy Toilet, which is basically the exact identical thing to the Rocket Duck, except the Rocket Duck's a duck and it's a toilet, but they have the exact same behaviour, exact same movement, they're the same thing. So lots of people would have thought that's inspired by Screedy Toilet. Now, the ducks is not inspired by Screedy Toilet. It has nothing to do with Screedy Toilet. It's simply coincidence. The Rocket Duck, even though it may seem like a copy of the glitch toilet, it is coincidence, purely coincidence. So yes, Lots of people have asked me that. One person in particular asked me that a lot. But yes, another thing this Silver Duck said is, will the grey-beaked duck get his flamethrowers back? Yes, we all know the grey-beaked duck will return with his flamethrowers. I guess the flamethrower duck will. He's going to return. I've already got his design, and it is very good. He has really good upgrades. I'm comparing it to the bouncer duck. Yes, the bouncer duck does have great upgrades. They've also asked, who is your favourite duck? And my favourite duck, so not character duck, he probably used to be the grey duck, but now it's probably the drill duck. The drill duck is just, I like the drill duck as a character. But my favourite character of the ducks is basically a bonus. My favourite character is Brigalow, of course. And yes. So, are the ducks robotic? Because in episode 9, one of the ducks had wires sticking out of it when it was killed. And most importantly, wires sticking out of it when it was killed. The ducks are not robotic. None of the ducks are robotic. That duck with wires sticking out, that wasn't actually the duck, that was the gun, because the gun got destroyed that it had attached to it, and of course the gun is all robotic and stuff, so the gun would have wires sticking out of it. So some people thought that was wires sticking out of the actual duck's body, thinking it was a robotic duck. But no, the ducks aren't robotic, and I guess to say they won't really ever will be. So yeah. Now, next question. So the most important question, lots of people have asked this, is there a secret meaning? Is there a message in the ducks like there is with Skibidi Toilet? One message is don't feed ducks, but other than that, there's not really a proper message in the ducks. Like Skibidi Toilet, we all know has a message to it. There's all some meaning to it, but this goes with the, is the ducks inspired by Skibidi Toilet question? No, the ducks doesn't have a message or a secret meaning in it like Skibidi Toilet does, and it's not inspired by Skibidi Toilet. And the last question on this list, not for the whole video, but the last question on this list is, was Pelican a bird or still a duck before he shed his skin? Now, the Pelican was always a duck. He's always the leader, and he still is the leader, but he was never actually a pelican. He's always been a duck. It was the plan all from the start. Yes, the pelican is a duck, and he is still alive and will return eventually. But right now, the pelican is doing whatnot. He's on a secret mission right now, which you will find out probably in episode 30. So on that scale, that's when the pelican will probably be next seen, by episode 30. So yes, and he is on a very secret mission, which has nothing really to do with what's going on in the ducks at the moment. So yes. Now, the next question is sort of a tips, but it's I don't know if it's really to do with the ducks itself, but it's still worth putting on this list, by Brick Cameraman, and he has said, one question, how many frames per second do you animate at? I also want my videos to look smoother because I have the animation skills of a half-eaten toast. Now, he is much better than a half-eaten toast. First thing with animating, if you want your animation to be smoother, well, this doesn't make it smoother, but if you want a bit better animation, maybe be a little bit more positive about your animation skills, and don't say they're of half-eaten toast, because I'm pretty sure he's way better than half-eaten toast. I've seen his animations and they're pretty good. I've seen them, and yes. And one thing is, I animate at 10 frames per second. I know lots of pros animate at 12 frames per second, but if you're a beginner, I recommend 8 frames per second. And then once you've got comfortable with 8, you can go up to 10. You also need to make smaller movements, and maybe just a better lighting, better focus on the characters. Just seems to improve it a whole lot. So yes, thanks Brick Cameraman for that question. And yes, I've already answered a few. So that's pretty much all the questions for today. A few other things that nobody's actually asked, but I'm assuming some people would be wondering. Things about when the next episode or something, things like that. The next episode 20, you can probably expect it in 10 days from now, because it is a huge episode. I've started working on it. It's already over 6 minutes long, which is really long. It's 2 of the longest episodes combined. So yes, I originally planned for it to be 6 minutes, but now it's looking like it's going to be around 13 minutes long, which episode 20 is going to be premiered. Look out for that. If you're someone that really likes my channel, likes my Duck series, make sure to watch it premiere live. So yes, and that's pretty much it for today. So hopefully you enjoyed today's 1,000 subscriber special. It feels like it was not even 2 years ago that I was doing my 100 subscriber special. Thank you all for the support over the past few months on the Duck series. It's been really good. And yes, hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye everybody. Yes, I'll make you join us. You're not actually bad. The ducks are influencing you. Yes, and I will defeat you in a battle to the death. Wait, what? Cut! You there? Yes, you. Yeah, you're fired. Yeah, you're fired. You're fired.